Let's not bury the lead. Let's get right after it here. I'm surprised they traded him in the NFC, to be honest, but maybe that was the best deal.
Yeah, to get 2 first-round picks and a pretty solid player to come back the other way, made the best of a bad situation. I mean, I got to be honest with you. I still think the Packers got the better end of the deal, right? When you get a pass rusher like that, who's arguably the best in the game, in a division that's just getting more and more competitive, right? So, boy, I tell you what, if I'm Theo Benedette, the Canadian from UBC, who's got a shot to be the starting left tackle, I'm now thinking, oh boy, if I start, I got to deal with Micah Parsons twice. Unintended consequences of the deal. But I think if you're Green Bay, you are elated today.
Oh, Green Bay! I'm waiting for Green Bay fans to start lighting up my phone.
Why? What did you put on there?
With that little... No, just how happy they are.
Yeah.
I was hoping an outside chance with the Patriots because they have so much money, but then there was no talk of it. And it doesn't seem like something the Patriots would really do is go after the big. But...
and he wants to win. He's not going to go somewhere that's hoping to get better. He wants to win right now.
Yeah.
Well, look, right now you are right, but at the same time, I don't think Jerry Jones gives a damn, right? Like he probably would send him to Siberia if he could, but didn't have to do it. He'll get 2 first-round picks. I mean, you'd have to believe that Micah Parsons might make them 2 wins better, right? So now those picks drop, but bad situation that is 100% Jerry Jones's fault.
Yes.
Okay, we'll shelf that for a second. Elgersma is getting maybe a look-see in New York is the word.
No, it's not.
No? Not even just a run around? Not even get a pair of shorts?
Abrams Canadian Scout tryout routine, which every Canadian on the planet gets to go to the Giants and try out. You and I could go to the Giants and try out, Barney.
Okay, second week of October. I'm free.
Yeah, this isn't happening. And they've got their young guy in Jackson Dart, and then they got 2 veterans in Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. This is silly. And listen, and I'm all for guys doing everything they can to make as much money as they can. But in my opinion, Taylor Elgersma is a Canadian Football League player. I think he has the opportunity to be a very good Canadian Football League player. Mm-hmm. So if I were him, I would probably wait no further than the end of the first week of the season. Right? See who's injured. If you don't get a call then, which you won't, you're not getting one because there's so many veteran guys that got cut. Like Clayton Tune just took that spot in Green Bay, right? There's so many, and he's not even that much of a veteran, but there's so many of these guys that have got a little more pedigree, a little more experience. So what I would be doing is I want to do everything I could to set myself up to be number 2 in Winnipeg next year. And then because you want to burn the first year of your rookie deal. So that if eventually you become the starter in the next 2 years, that then in year 4, you can then get a big deal. But if you're not the starter by then, you're leaving money on the table, right? If you haven't started your contract yet. So right now you might make more, but in 3 years you might make a lot less, right? So I think he should come back up here and be good.
Correct me if I'm wrong too. He is coming from Canadian college. Canadian college to an NFL practice roster. If you can do it, great job. But he's got no pro experience. So people are trying to equate him to the Rourke thing. And I'm like, Rourke played pro football up here and then went down there. I think that is a stretch. And for me, again, casual fan, come and get some reps. Play a couple of years in the Canadian League. And the other thing I forgot, Farhan, he's 6'5".
Yeah, look, this is not the Nathan Rourke comparison for the reasons that you outlined. Number one, Nathan Rourke went to a Division I university and then played 2 seasons in the CFL and got, 10 games worth of really good experience that second year. So it's not the same. And there was only one team that was even remotely interested in Taylor, right? Like the Packers brought him in for a 30 visit. They spent some additional workout time with him to evaluate him after the draft and then made the decision to sign him. Nobody else went down that road.
Yeah.
And this is not the time of year where they're trying to unearth the next diamond. They want experienced insurance. So it doesn't fit at this stage of the game. So look, play it out for a week or 2. But if you play it out until the end of the year and decide to do the CFL thing next year, I think you're hurting yourself because you're then going to leave dollars on the table in Canada eventually, and potentially fairly big ones relative to what his eventual outcomes are going to be. Like the whole NFL thing was great for him. It couldn't have played out better for Elgersma or his agents because they created an NFL market and it forced the CFL to pay more attention. Because I'm telling you right now, Winnipeg's not drafting him in the second round if he doesn't have NFL interest. He's just a guy at that point. And he might be a late round pick or what have you, but the NFL interest validated him in CFL minds, and it made him a second round pick. And now there's more interest in him. Now he's got a chance to kind of further his agenda up here to potentially be a starter, which makes him entirely different than Rourke, who already was one.
All signs are pointing to a Joe coming back to the Riders.
Done deal. He'll be back like tomorrow, or by the weekend. That doesn't mean he's playing this weekend.
No, yeah.
But I think there's a real chance he plays next weekend. But he will be a Rider very quickly.
Nice, excellent, outstanding information. Love it. Now we've got Bruce Boudreau in town tonight, and we're having a dinner with him.
My guy.
Yeah,
Love
and he's going to be on stage, and so we're going to get a chance to ask him questions over the course of the evening. Is there something in particular you'd like to throw out, a story that maybe we should remind Bruce of?
He said you were hard on him.
He said you were hard on him, yeah.
Ask him about all the bad language he used on Trade Center. And then lied to his mom and said that he didn't swear ever.
Okay. Sharky, put that one. Write that down.
Storing that one right up here.
Truly, Bruce is one of the best people you'll ever come across. Like, he's such a good guy. It was amazing to me just seeing how quickly the crowd took to him. And vice versa, right? And just the way it played out in the end was sad, but he owned this town for a season and a half, right? So, he's a good guy, which generally means if you're in the Canuck organization and you're a good guy, those are the guys they get rid of.
They get you down the road,
so, which is why I've been around the Canucks for so long.
Classic. How are you handicapping the Labor Day Classic here in Regina? What are you thinking?
Sask is going to come back. But I'll be honest, I haven't made my picks publicly yet because I'm looking at the lines, and there are some big lines here, right? Like Winnipeg did a good job last week, and I think, what are they, 7.5-point underdogs or something in Saskatchewan? I'm like, thinking,
depends where you look. I saw 6.5. I've seen it up to 7.5.
Yep. Yeah, it's all over.
And so, I think Sask is going to win, but I do think that Calgary laid out the blueprint for how to beat Saskatchewan, and that's run the football. Because the idea that the Stamps or the Riders have this incredible run defense is kind of fiction, right? The reason for it is they don't face the run. They get out to a big lead, and then those teams have to throw the ball, so they're not defending the run. They went into last weekend with 30 fewer rushing attempts faced than any other team in the league. That's a reflection of their offense, not their defense. So
that's a big number.
I think Brady Oliveira had 200 yards of offense last game, and the last two games he's kind of turned a bit of a corner. So I think they're just going to keep leaning on him and keep the game close, shorten the game, and in the second half try to stay close. Now, I think Saskatchewan's really they're going to be owly after the last game, and I think we're going to get the best of the Riders, and I think they're going to find a way to win this game. But Winnipeg has the ability to make it close with Oliveira if they stay disciplined and stick with it.
Do you see upsets in either of the two Labor Day games? The other two, Edmonton, Calgary, Hamilton, Toronto.
Calgary will find a way to beat Edmonton. Like Edmonton, it's going to be all emotion. It'll be Mark Killam coming back home. But Cody Fajardo hasn't faced a defense like this. He just hasn't. He did against Calgary, and ultimately she did against Saskatchewan. Ultimately, Saskatchewan won that game. Yeah. He hasn't faced Calgary yet. They're going to make him run around a lot because there's a mismatch there.
He's taking some beatings.
Edmonton O-line, Calgary D-line. The Argo game interests me more. Truly. I'm having a really difficult time picking that one because it's we look at what just happened to Hamilton and we forget how good they've been until then. Hamilton can get this done, Toronto can get this done, but Hamilton's no slouch, so that's the one I'm having a tough time with.
Farhan, you're making me sweat, man. You're making me sweat. I've already made my picks. Now I want to undo everything.
Buddy, you're going to be okay.
But I think Winnipeg could cover.
Okay, the next 2 weeks, Saskatchewan, Winnipeg. The next 2 weeks are more important for Saskatchewan or Winnipeg?
Saskatchewan. Winnipeg, in my opinion, has completely overachieved with 6 wins. I don't know how the hell they've done it. And, you can look at it and say, okay, well, they're Winnipeg, and they've been to 5 straight Grey Cups and all of this. Come on, man. This team is not the same, especially offensively. And yet, they've found ways. Now, imagine if you're Saskatchewan and you lose this week. And think about last year. And everybody's going to be thinking about last year. So there's going to be a lot of nervous people in that Ryder building if they lose this first game, because if you lose the second, you're now tied with Winnipeg. Winnipeg has the tiebreaker, and you've now lost 3 in a row. And everyone's going to start looking at last year's midseason swoon and say it's going to happen again. So right now, Winnipeg is playing with the house's money. So they're not playing with any pressure coming into this game. Saskatchewan's got some pressure on them.
Oh, you're okay.
Okay, all right.
Stick to the plan.
Stick to the plan. Yeah, stick to the plan.
No,
Right? They're going to win. They're going to win. I'm telling you, they're going to win.
Yeah.
What are you expecting for us? Let's say maybe if a guy's going to play a prop, rushing yards or passing yards against the Bombers for the Riders. Which way would you lean?
AJ Ouellette, I would run the football against against the Bombers for sure.
Yeah.
I think there's a few more weaknesses there, but and even Willie Jefferson, right? Like he gets into passing lanes. He's not making a lot of tackles on the run. I think there's some yards there to be gained, and I think Calgary's. God, I've got my teams backwards all game because I'm still in the last week. Saskatchewan's offensive line is trying to make. They've got something to say after what happened last week.
They do, big time.
This is a game where they need to get this back. I think they will.
All right. That's all we got for today. Have a great weekend. Have a great long week. What are you doing this long weekend?
My son has got his first football game on Friday, so I'm going to watch that. I'm going to watch some college football on Saturday.
Who do you got?
Those big games.
Ohio State.
Ohio State, Texas. I'm taking Texas.
Okay.
On the road at Columbus.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm taking Clemson to beat LSU. As much as I love Garrett Nussmeier, and his dad and I are friends, and we've talked a bit, about, just how good he's looked in camp and everything like that. I'm taking Clemson with Cade Klubnik. It's like 2 experienced veteran quarterbacks on the same team, which you never have. Like everybody transfers. And these are both guys that could go really high in next year's draft. So it's must-see TV.
You can sit and watch football starting here right away in about an hour, and you can watch it till late tonight. Yeah, it's what a time to be alive. All right, Farhan, thanks so much. We'll talk to you again next week, and have a good weekend.
See you, boys.
Thanks,
right
man.
on. Farhan Lalji.